Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Rat Shack Unhinged.
Hey, thank you very much. Hold your applause until we finish this thing, okay?
In today's episode, we will be continuing modifications on this 1985 Chevy Monte Carlo SS. Here we go.
Did you see the movement?
Yeah. So this is all to break the seal in the,
See it
the
all right
least
here.
invasive way.
See how the RTV?
Yeah.
See, I want to watch out where I go. See, right now I'm going on the that's cast iron here. So that blade can't hurt that. Plus it's a seal right there. So once we break enough of this surface tension here, it should see I can't.
Might have to take that valve cover off.
Might have to. Just see if I can get enough of it to move up. See it moving the gasket. There. That's a good sign, actually. I can hear it.
You're smart.
Huh?
You're smart.
Got 2 wrenches over just in case. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta be prepared for both, right?
Right. You should be able to test it.
Is that because they're aftermarket valve covers
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they changed them out?
See, they got the pressure spreaders here.
Mm-hmm. What do the pressure spreaders do?
Right there. So you torque it down here. It's applying it across the valve cover. You know the
So
pressure.
it makes a tighter seal when the motor spins.
Yeah, and it spreads out because you would torque them down without those, and it would pinch, and then you would get
The gasket.
Yeah, they would
Yeah.
leak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we get a ratchet, right? What do you think?
Probably a good idea.
Whatever. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Until it isn't, then it's
Until
not.
it isn't, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
There's a song that goes that way, isn't there?
I guess there is.
Is there?
Yep.
For those of you playing along at home, this is the first Stump the Rat Cat group lesson. Hey, is it true we might make a music video?
Yes, it is true. We might
It
make
is?
a
I heard
music
that.
video. Yes.
I heard that we
Quite
wanna-
exciting.
Are we going to do a parody of something?
We might be.
We might be.
Yeah.
And it's something to do with the shack?
It is something to do with the shack.
How ironic.
Yeah.
Okay, look at this. Look what we got going on.
Look at those pretty
Hey,
valves.
take a look. These are called tall rocker covers.
Tall rocker covers.
And what do we got in here? What do we notice? Other than first the neoprene gasket, which was reusable, by the way.
Yes.
So that's really nice. And what do we got here?
You have valves and lifters.
We have roller rockers. And look at, what did we say? They should be both loose if we were up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. So I'm going to get this out of the way so we don't ruin it, right?
Yeah.
Put that over here. So what do we notice? What do we got here?
What have we got?
We got, let's take a look at the roller. Yeah, they look really good. See, this one's down, right? So that's when you know this one's firing, but these are both up. We got push rod guide plates. So if you look at the guide plates, and then look at the push rods, they're wearing pretty good, so they're centered in the lifter good. Edelbrock heads. Edelbrock aluminum heads. These flow real nice. What do we know about roller rockers? Anything?
Tell me. What are the advantages of roller rockers?
Less resistance.
Less resistance.
Yeah.
So do you use those
So
basically in performance cars?
Yeah, exactly. They spin up faster. They, achieve RPM faster.
So that allows you to get a better speed on the.
Better speed, and you can put more angle and lift on it because the roller. If there's roller lifters, it rolls up over the lobe of the cam, and these roll onto the stem of the valve. It's right on the valve stem right there, and these roll. Kind of nice. So look at what we got. We got some. We're exposed here. Right?
Yes.
Now we can take our little. Probably come right in here. See what I can get. See if it'll work. See, I'm between the gasket
And the block.
Yeah. Now we're changing the manifold.
Why are we changing the
Oh,
manifold?
this is going to go up.
Oh, look at that. I gave you just what you needed for leverage, huh?
Yeah, it's still stuck here though, but it's moving now. How's that look?
Oh, it's movement.
Okay.
That was some serious movement that time.
Like serious movement.
Oh, look at that!
Okay. In. Okay, she's off. Yeah, that's what we don't want to leave in there. All of this stuff here. You don't want to. That'll ruin your day.
Right, so
Is that hardly any water in the engine? Somebody really did a nice job on this box. See, it's all Rust-Oleum on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you notice about this engine? Not a single bit of sludge.
Yeah.
No,
It's really clean.
No foamy oil. No, milkshake.
Mm-hmm. Does that indicate that it's a very solid motor?
Very solid, taken care of, oil change regularly, never didn't have any oil leaks into the cooling system or vice versa. So see, this was holding us up. Look at the RTV.
That's pretty insane.
He just didn't want it to leak. Probably been on the receiving end of having to take it apart a couple times.
He said, "No, you will not leak again."
Exactly. So, did you notice this too? There's no heat rises in the
Yeah,
heads? Yeah. Why do you need that on a race car, right?
you don't.
You don't. Looking pretty good. So that distributor we took out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Went through the intake and right through that hole. And right down there, I could probably touch it with my finger, pretty close, is the camshaft, which remember we were moving the rotor
Yeah.
and stuff? That's what it is. Now look at these intake ports. How big they are.
They are very large.
So now what I gotta do is get some rags, put them in here so we don't want anything going down an oil galley, and then we'll be pretty safe to proceed. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan.
So there we have it. The intake, the distributor, carburetor, one rocker cover, off.
Off.
We are cleaning the gaskets.
All the little remnants of it.
Yeah.
And some pretty solid stuff there.
Yeah, it is. I put it on rag in the oil galley.
So you don't get little pieces of it in there?
See, he decided to not use a gasket here.
And just use sealant?
Just use sealant. A lot of people do that. Go get a razor blade in there. I just didn't want it to fall in there, so it was like this. But see the corners on it?
Yeah, the
Usually I
corners
round
are
the
sharp.
edges, round the edges off so you don't cut into the aluminum. You know what I'm saying?
Do you usually do that?
Yeah, but like I'm holding it flat.
Yeah. Is that more flexible sealant on the back end of it?
Yeah, that's a seal and that's a seal. People really goop them up here because that's where they're usually prone to leak right there. But he put no gasket on here whatsoever. Well, a lot of people do that.
So explain what you're doing now.
I'm just cleaning the gasket.
So that's carb cleaner that you're using, right?
Yeah, just any kind of cleaner.
And that's to get any residual stuff off of there?
The glue. It helps break down the glue. Otherwise I'm scraping and snapping. You know what I mean? Because it's so...
And taking a chance on gouging something that...
Yeah, it's just flexible. And then I'm going to go back and with my razor blade, which is somewhere here. A carb cleaner, anything like MEK or thinner, auto body shop cleaner, brush cleaner, gun cleaner.
Whatever kind of cleaner you have on
Well,
hand.
no, it's solvent based, so the solvent helps break the glue down. Now you can't use like Windex or anything like that.
Yeah.
Solvent to break that glue bond. See it?
Mm-hmm.
And then just drag it over to make sure it's off. Same thing we do with removing runs on paint jobs. Use a razor blade.
To remove runs.
Yeah, we'll cover that in video 6.
Video 6.
Well, number 6 video.
Okay.
Right?
Does it happen often?
Video 6?
No, but you have to have you have runs that you have to hit a razor blade on.
If you don't have runs, you're not painting.
Ah. So it's a common occurrence.
Yeah, we call it the control flow test. So then I go with right here, a little piece of sandpaper.
Is that to scuff it?
Yep. Stuffing it's giving me an idea about that glue. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it gives the RTV something to really bite to. And the gasket. Then I'm going to go get my compressor.
And you're gonna plug the hole and then blow everything else out?
I'm going to give it a good blow job.
Yeah?
That's correct. You heard me right. Laugh all you want. There. But I want to get all the big pieces out, you know?
Yep.
So I know where they're going out of the engine. And then the rest of them are blow out with a rag and rag over, diffuse it a little bit.
So you've pre-mounted the side.
No, it's not mounted. I just dropped it in place with all the gaskets cleaned, removed, braided a little bit, you know, for surfacing. And then you go around in all four corners with a feeler gauge to make sure that the aluminum manifold, this was a used manifold, and I want to make sure it wasn't warped.
Okay.
It's perfect. In other words, it sits flat at all four.
So you do this to test it before you put all of the stuff on?
You got to clean it, you got to test it. I already laid a straight edge across it, but that doesn't tell me that it's square. It told me it's flat, but it doesn't tell me if it's square. Right now, it's sitting in the valley perfect. And you can see, look, if I rock it, it's nice.
So that means that you can put the gaskets on and
I
be
can put the
confident
gas-
that
right,
it's going to
because
stay there.
All the corners, you take a feeler gauge, and I can get 5 thousandths in, that's it. All in the corners. Perfect.
Nice.
In other words, I don't have one corner that's lifted way up, and when we go to torque it down, what's going to happen? Crack.
Yeah.
That manifold
That manifold.
is an open plenum manifold. See, there's no divider in the center. It's just you can stick your hand down in there.
Okay.
And that's made to run upstairs.
Upstairs.
High RPM.
Okay.
The higher RPM, they start to flow. Whereas that one we just took off maxes out. They're good from about idle to about 4,000 or so, maybe even 52. This is good for 7,500.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But these aren't really good for the street. Because stoplight to stoplight, there's no induction signal. There's no, they're laggy.
Mm-hmm.
Because it takes a while to get all that air moving.
Yeah.
But once you get them upstairs,
So then what was the advantage of switching this over if he wants it to be a car that's able to be on the street?
because the way it's geared already, it's already running in 3,000 RPMs. And that's
So it's not going to make a difference
It's going to be better at the top end because it's already
because you're already starting at a high
You're
end.
already starting at exactly.
There you go.
You're already starting at a higher. Already running mid-range.
Mm-hmm.
When we start driving it, 4,000 is like normal for it.
Okay.
So then when you step on it, it's already moving a lot of air because of where it's at. So it's just going to go. It's going to really make a big difference in the top end.
Okay.
I think what we'll end up doing is just RTVing it.
Like the other guy did.
Yeah. But I wanted to show you, this is like where these go. There's little ribs, but see that right there? Put it.
But you think it's going to seat better with the sealant?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. Even though they're still in really good shape,
Mm-hmm.
I say we seal them up. What do you
Okay.
think?
Sounds like a plan.
That is Permatech. That's RTV. It's a gasket maker, silicone.
So it's a special type of sealant
Yeah,
that you
it's-
use just for
it's-
gaskets.
Yeah, it's the basically it's this similar to what we took off on here. I remember he had the black stuff that was
Yeah.
on there. And
Except this stuff is blue.
this stuff is blue. I like it, but it does show the blue. People like the black because it kind of blends in with the block and stuff. You
Yeah.
can't really see it. I like the blue because when I'm putting it down, I see that it's
You know exactly where it is.
exactly. I don't have to guess that I got a seal or not.
Yeah. Cut off the end.
Yeah, it's kind of like cocking gun, right? Give it a little angle so I can squeeze it out nice.
Yeah. Squeezing it out.
Squeeze it out. And see how they're marked this side up? This isn't a Felpro gasket. This is an original GM gasket.
Okay.
So don't get mad. All right.
All right.
All right.
I'll try.
So I'm just gonna take it back over here. Get a little lube going, huh?
Now, do you have to put lube on both that's
Yes,
on
we're
both
gonna
surfaces?
Yep.
So why would you put it on the gasket first as opposed to on the block first?
Well, because I know like right where I want it on the gasket.
And this is to keep what in the motor?
This is the air leaks and the water right here. This is the sealer for the vacuum and the intake manifold. And let's not forget that there's water jackets right here that we bolted over. So remember we were cleaning up all that water.
Yeah. So this keeps the antifreeze from making a mess all over.
Yes. Bad boys here. See this little area right here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is where you really want to pay special attention when you put the manifold on, when you seal this. You want to put a big layer. You want to ride up on it because it'll squish down.
Is that because there's a little bit of a gap?
Exactly, that little step.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that we're not going to forget is that when we put our manifold, I should have put them in the sun a little bit. I like them to sit flat, but that'd be good enough. And then we're going to take the ends of our bolts, put a little sealant on them because those go into the water jackets, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we just do that one. All right, actually I could do the top one here. I just wanted to let it set so it didn't get crap if it fell off. Yeah, I think that's only going to do the other side. Just keep pushing it down a little bit, you know?
Do these have to line up over the holes exactly?
Yeah.
Because this is a little bit higher.
Yeah. It's coming off there a little bit. Right?
Mm-hmm.
How's that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you good at decorating cakes?
No,
So you're good at decorating gaskets, but not good at decorating cakes.
not even good at that, Angie.
Isn't that the same basic philosophy than what you're doing there?
You're trying to make me laugh.
I wouldn't do that, would I?
Yeah, you would.
We
Yeah.
should have special Rat Shack cake decorating classes.
You're just all excited.
Why am I excited?
Oh. Rumor has it you fit into your jeans today.
Is that a big deal?
Well, you haven't been in them in, what, 4 weeks?
I haven't worn pants in 4 weeks.
Well, well, I'm sure you've had pants or else the neighbors would have said something.
Have I been outside?
You've been outside
Yeah.
a little bit, but you've been wearing those very, very seductive looking gym pants, sweatpants.
Oh yeah. They're seductive, are they?
They're very seductive. Now,
They're
see,
like yoga pants or something?
yoga.
Was I doing yoga while I was trying to recover after my knee replacement?
You were trying all kinds of stretching exercises, stretching and moaning and bending and
Yeah?
all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
All right, so we're gonna
Sounds exciting.
set this on here a little bit. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We lined up here pretty good.
Yep.
Well, while that's sitting there a little bit, now we're gonna. I like
Oh,
to get.
came loose over here.
Did it? It'll keep doing that for a while, I gather. You know.
Is this best done on a warm day?
That doesn't matter. Got a little windy out, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Did that shack go?
It did.
Put a little extra cream in here.
Yeah.
Try to keep your cream towards the outside.
Is that what they call that cream?
Making a baking thing for you.
Ah, yes.
Frosting.
Yeah. So you got to frost the outside.
Right, and why do I want to do that? Because silicone is really bad for things like oil pumps and that. It'll never break down. So when I set the manifold on here, when it squishes out, I want it to squish that way, not this way.
Okay. So then it doesn't get interfere with
Exactly,
everything.
exactly. So I'm trying to bias it, so.
And this is the extra thick one that goes on the end.
Yeah, exactly. Because these are prone to leak. So we're making a gasket here. So I'm going to go back over this another time or two. Lift it there a little bit there too. Extra love.
Extra love.
Extra love right there. Go around the horn.
Why do they call it a horn?
Well, I'm just kind of using that for that's where the oil pressure sender is right there, and that leaks too a lot.
And that keeps track of pressure in the motor?
Yeah, that's the oil pressure right there. How's that look? Got a good bead, huh?
Looks good.
Keep tagging that down a little bit. That's a nice one. That looks like a gasket, don't it?
It does.
It do.
It do.
You might notice I say that a lot with the I do thing.
Yeah.
That's a tribute to my buddy.
Your buddy?
He do.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. All right. Again, trying to keep it
On the outside.
on the outside. Trying to keep it nice. I'm trying to keep it proud, you know.
So you want to get coverage on both sides of the gasket so
You
that it
betcha.
makes a good seal on them.
You betcha. And you got to be somewhat careful with it.
Looks like they don't give you much extra in that tube.
No, just enough. Just enough.
So you got to be really careful with how much you put on there.
Yeah. Some of it is just a tack, but like I know that these are water jacket holes. So I'll be a little bit more liberal with those. And it's okay that I have some right on the threads because I want to coat them with some stuff anyway, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So just go around it and make a line in here. Something here. It's like making, like you said, like a cake, huh?
Yeah. Except you're not writing happy birthday.
I should, huh?
Yeah. Happy birthday, the gasket sealer.
Be happy birthday for the Rat Shack pretty soon.
Yeah?
Yeah?
We're going to have a big celebration?
I think we are. It's going to be a
Will there be extra t-shirts that we have special made?
extra t-shirts, extra t-shirts.
Anniversary edition, limited edition Rat Shack t-shirts?
Anniversary edition, and
Will there be baseball hats?
there are going to be all kinds of hats.
Yeah?
We're just not going to. There might even be helmets.
Will we have stickers too?
We're going to have stickers.
People can put those on their cars?
You can put them on your cars. You can stick them on your ass.
And where might these things be available when they come out?
You should look. There'll be a link down below to our website.
And that is ratshackgarage.com, isn't it?
You said that like you know it. Exactly. And we call it merch.
Merch. Yes, in the merch section
I learned that.
of Rat Shack Garage.
I just learned that recently. Merch.
You did.
I can't even say it well yet. Merch.
Merch.
So, yeah.
Special Rat Shack merchandise.
And, yeah, there's going to be special. Actually, I'll show you the little sign that we have for the Rat Shack little banner. And it was established in 2015.
Yeah?
In July. So the 4th of July is not only Independence Day, it's also Rat Shack Day.
Aha, that's really cool.
Yes, it is.
So we're gonna have a barbecue?
We're gonna have a smoke out.
A smoke out.
Yep.
There'll be smoked meat.
Yep, smoked meat, and the premise is get your rat in gear.
Right, get your rat in gear.
Get
I
your
like
rat in-
it.
You like it?
I like it.
And everybody, you're gonna do a video of the smoke coming out. We're gonna have 4 smokers running.
4 smokers.
4 smokers. And for those of you at home, no, we're not using a Traeger. We're really gonna smoke our own meat.
What sort of meat are we gonna
We're
smoke?
not gonna be relying on a machine to smoke our meat.
No?
No, we're gonna use a stick burner, an offset burner, an ugly drum burner. What kind of meat?
Yeah.
Oh, brisket, pork. We're gonna have some nice ribs, some chicken.
Sounds like quite a feast.
I'm making myself hungry. I hate it when I talk about food, Rat Shack girl.
So it's going to be a feast for the celebration?
It's going to be a feast, and we're not even charging everybody.
No?
No, they're going to come down, grab themselves a rib, have a beer, have a rat brew.
A rat brew.
Rat brew. And you're going to see it. It's a pale ale,
Yeah?
and it's got all the Rat Shack ingredients in it.
All the Rat Shack ingredients.
Yeah, the cayenne pepper, all that stuff. If you don't like spicy,
spicy brew.
yeah, if you don't like spicy hot,
Then
you probably don't want to come
yeah.
here. You probably want to visit your local church.
So Rat Shack's a spicy place, is it?
Rat Shack is a spicy, very
it's hot
spicy.
and spicy, huh?
Hot and spicy.
We are hot and spicy here at the Rat Shack.
That's it. Hot and spicy. Not just in our cars, our fast cars, and we got some of the fastest cars and quickest cars in the city.
Yeah?
But for sure, we've got the best smoked meat.
Best smoked meat around.
People come from all around.
People do come around
They
from
do.
the smell of it wafts through the neighborhood, and all these people come out.
You've heard of the Big E with the smoke going on over there?
Yeah.
We do the same thing.
And
Except
everyone
we don't
just
charge for
follows
parking.
it.
We don't charge for parking.
We don't charge for parking.
We don't.
no.
We don't. And we do validate parking if you got to go to the other end. And we hope to see you there. But yeah, that's our birthday coming up.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah. And maybe this car will be ready to go. What do you
Maybe
think?
it will.
Maybe it
Think
will.
it'll be ready by July?
Better be ready by the end of the day. You're very funny. You're very funny. Huh?
Yeah, we try.
Very nice. Very nice. All right.
So that looks pretty blue now.
It is pretty blue.
I can see what you mean by being able to see that much better than the black.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, this part where it gets a little funky.
Trying to line up the manifold.
Yeah, I'll do that. Now trying to place it. I like to usually let it stick a little bit longer. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So this is the new one, right?
Yeah, hold on. This is a really hard part. I actually got another person here. Hold it up.
Is there anything I can help?
I need to get out under there. And out of this. No, thanks.
I think you've done this once or twice.
Yeah, you can let that go now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now the thing is to get a bolt in the back so I don't lose my... Can you look down? Can you see down here? No, not with your camera.
Yeah.
Am I lined up?
Yes, you are.
Awesome.
You can see better with the camera than I can with my eyes.
Oh, okay. So I want to get them cross corner so that if I have to slide it, I'm not going to lose the gasket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How's that one lined up? That one lined up?
Yes, it is.
These I can see for myself. I said to myself,
Self?
Self, I always address myself like that.
You do.
I like to show myself a little respect.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, if you were showing more respect to yourself, you would say Mr. Self.
Mr. Self,
Mr.
sir.
Self, sir.
Okay, so we got it in the corners?
Yes. And that's to hold it in place.
Yeah, just to hold it in place. And now it's setting down. And now what I'm going to go ahead and pull these in because the gasket can still creep. And so what you're going to see me do now is take a little bit of the rest of them and take a little bit of Permatex, right? Just clean out the bolt.
Permatex meaning the gasket
RTV,
sealer.
Yeah, sealer. And now we're just going to lay a here, and then just take
And that's so that it seals when you put it in?
the water jacket. You got it. And see, I don't want to put it here. Why don't I want to put it here?
Because then it's going to go down into the block.
Right, and where they're capped holes, hydraulic pressure could build up and actually crack it.
That's not what you want.
Yeah, so you don't want to put it in, and then it changes your torque setting anyway, so your torque value would be inaccurate.
Okay.
But this is just because we're going into the water jacket. And give me one of those. Just take this off. And thread that down in there. That's going nice, and we'll do the same thing on another one. Okay?
Leave me out of your way.
Get stuck in here. When I go to torque these, it'll actually change the torque value.
So cleaning makes a big difference.
Oh yeah. And if they're really bad, you run a thread chaser on them or something,
What's a thread chaser?
Well, it's a tap or a die that you screw them to just clean the threads.
Okay.
So that's all we need. Just put a little bit of, and then just what we did in the other one, just roll it in. And see how it just fills the, that's all you need.
Okay.
Doesn't it look good now?
It does.
It do. It do.
It do.
So if you remember from our previous video, we were talking about the different plenum
Yes.
designs, and I told you that one was a split plenum or a 180 degree manifold, and I told you that this one was, what would you call this open plenum manifold?
An open plenum manifold.
Oh my God, you are right. That's awesome. Is it? Are you learning something?
Oh yes, I am.
That's awesome.
And this is so you have more RPM to start.
Upstairs.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
My job is done here.
Your job is done here.
There's one more rat in the rat race.
Yes, there is.
Both literally
And that's because this particular motor starts out at a higher RPM.
correct.
So that this can handle
Correct.
the RPM the car needs.
The airflow, exactly. Yes. Because otherwise,
Otherwise, it's choking.
it wouldn't be it wouldn't be good on the street. It'd be stumbling. It wouldn't be able to get it out of its own way.
Yeah.
And you'll hear people that are going to tell you that. And they'd be right. We're going to hear people that are going to say that's not the right manifold for the street, and they're right. Except they don't know what we got.
Except the motor needs it.
And then when they say, well, is it an automatic? I hope it's a standard with all that. And they'd be right. And power steering, you notice, is missing. But this has a lot of gear, and it's an automatic, which I know you're going to say it should be a stick without much air to move, but it's got a really high stall speed converter. So basically, it's like you're riding the clutch to get it going. So no worries. No worries, mate.
No worries.
No worries, mate. I wonder if I can reach that one down there. So I got to come over there to get probably.
I think so.
Let me just juice this one up and I'll get them both.
Stay tuned to see what happens next in this Monte Carlo series. Be sure to subscribe to our channel here at the Rat Shack and make sure that you check out the Monte Carlo playlist so that you don't miss one step in this process. And we'll see you very soon.